This story begins in Sydney, Australia, introducing a 19-year-old guy named JR, also known as Jerry. Jerry has to serve a 6-month prison sentence for drug possession. One day, Jerry and the other inmates are taken to prison by bus. Once they arrive, they go through a strict inspection, are registered, and then escorted to their cells. Inside his cell, Jerry meets a young man around his age. The young man lives in constant fear because he's often bullied by stronger inmates. Sometime later, after getting a mandatory haircut, Jerry starts mingling with the other prisoners in the prison yard. There, Jerry notices a man named Brendan Lynch, sitting with 2 of his trusted men. Brendan is a Scottish armed robber whose name Jerry had read about in the news. He's now serving a 20-year prison sentence for murder and robbery. Brendan is known for being reserved, rarely speaking, and spending almost all of his time playing chess. For several days, Jerry quietly watches Brendan's chess games. Eventually, Jerry works up the courage to approach him and suggests a crucial move that successfully prevents a checkmate.
Show me.
Jerry's suggestion impresses Brendan, although Brendan remains cold and tells Jerry to go back to his cell. Meanwhile, Jerry realizes that an inmate named Dave and his 2 friends regularly abuse his weaker cellmate. One night, Jerry sees a young man sharpening a toothbrush into a sharp point to use as a weapon for self-defense. The next day, when Dave approaches his victim again, Jerry deliberately starts a fight with his own cellmate, so the guard will come and throw both of them into solitary confinement. During the 2 days they spend in solitary, Jerry's cellmate is spared from the abuse. But after their return, Dave and his group go right back to doing the same thing. Brendan then warns Jerry not to interfere in other people's business because it could make him the next target. That night, unable to take the constant pressure anymore, Jerry's cellmate takes his own life.
Could you say the garden, please? But Ben...
After that incident, Jerry realizes that Dave has now set his sights on him. Trusting his instincts, Jerry also sharpens a toothbrush into a sharp point just in case. When Dave and his 2 henchmen come to attack Jerry, Brendan suddenly appears and stands right in front of them. At the same time, Brendan's 2 right-hand men, Sterlo and Merv, immediately beat back Dave and his group. Afterward, Brendan mocks Jerry's makeshift weapon and explains that people like Dave can't be stopped that way. Brendan then offers Jerry protection, but he also makes it clear that nothing in prison comes for free.
I mean, son of sorrow, this is not going to stop Dave and his cronies. 25 wants to sort your wee problem.
6 months pass, and Jerry finally finishes his sentence. Brendan then calls in a favor for protection he gave Jerry by asking him to work for him after he's released from prison. Jerry asked for some time to think about the offer. However, the next day, Dave and his henchmen set Jerry up again and drag him into the bathroom. As they begin beating Jerry, Brendan arrives with Sterlo and Merv, then brutally takes down Dave and his group. Brendan pulls Jerry out, while Sterlo and Merv kill Dave and throw his body from the 2nd floor, causing Dave to die from a head injury. After that, Jerry is officially released from prison and keeps his promise by starting to work for Brendan. Jerry is then given the address of a crime boss named Sam. When he arrives at Sam's office, he's already expected and is immediately given a luxury apartment and a suitcase containing Brendan's belongings. There, Jerry also meets Josh, Sam's nephew, who is the same age as him. From the moment they meet, Josh immediately shows an unfriendly attitude. Once he gets to the apartment, Jerry opens a suitcase and finds Brendan's clothes, several fake passports, and a loaded handgun. That night, a woman named Tasha comes to the apartment to deliver some cash and a cell phone to Jerry. Tasha then explains that all instructions will be sent through that phone before simply leaving.
And when it rings, answer it.
2 days later, Jerry gets a call telling him to meet a man named Wilson outside the city. There, Jerry meets Wilson, a former military officer who lives alone in a trailer. After that, Wilson begins training Jerry to use various heavy weapons, from assault rifles to rocket launchers. After completing a short but intense training program, Jerry rents a helicopter. Once they're in the air, Jerry threatens a pilot, turns off the radio, and forces a helicopter to fly to the prison where Brendan is being held.
It ran outside of New York. No, just kidding. Been doing this for 15.
Inside the prison, Brendan, along with Sterlo and Merv, causes a disturbance by taking a guard hostage, then opens access to the open yard. Jerry lands a helicopter at the location and gets into a shootout with the guards. Meanwhile, Brendan grabs a rifle from the helicopter and joins in the gunfight. With the help of Sterlo and Merv, they manage to escape and land at a location far from prison. After that, they leave the pilot tied up but unharmed. Inside the car that had been prepared, they change their clothes and head back to the city. Along the way, Merv gets out to buy some food. While listening to the radio broadcast, they learn that Merv was in prison for sexually assaulting a young girl. Feeling betrayed, Brendan immediately punches Merv and kicks him out of the group.
Anything useful, someone will be waiting for you. You're on your own now.
After that, Jerry, Brendan, and Sterlo go to Sam's apartment. There, Brendan takes his handgun from a suitcase that had previously been sent by Sam.
Where's my suitcase?
That night, they attend a party at Sam's house. Sam happily welcomes Brendan and immediately offers him a big job, stealing millions of dollars worth of gold bars from a refinery. At the party, Jerry meets Tasha again and chats with her by the pool. Not long after, Josh pushes Jerry into the pool out of jealousy. Jerry, who can't swim, nearly drowns before Tasha pulls him out. The incident sparks a fight between Jerry and Josh, which Brendan eventually breaks up. Furious, Jerry leaves the party. When he gets outside, he finds Tasha waiting in a car and inviting him to dinner at a Chinese restaurant. During their conversation, Tasha explains that Sam is a very dangerous man and that anyone who tries to run away from him ends up dead.
There you go. Try now. He caught the last guard who tried something like that.
Dad gave me this as a Christmas present.
The next day, Brendan warns Jerry to stay away from Tasha because they're about to pull off a major robbery.
You do not bend the rules for a piece of skirt. You listen very fucking carefully, right? What's it gonna be? Tell me right fucking now.
Yeah. Sam came through with a new place.
The following day, Brendan explains a robbery plan, including Jerry's job of holding the workers hostage and opening the door from the inside. Brendan also recruits a driver named Chris as their getaway driver. While they're planning the job at Sam's house, Jerry gets into another argument with Josh and is eventually told to leave.
I do mind.
Outside, Jerry meets Tasha, who's working at a bar. When a few men start acting inappropriately, Jerry scares them off by showing them his gun. After Tasha finishes work, she and Jerry meet at the beach near Jerry's house. Even though Jerry is afraid of the water, he still goes into the ocean with Tasha. They share stories about their childhoods and spend time playing together. They spend the night together. Before they part ways, Tasha gives Jerry a necklace as a good luck charm.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, well, you can tell Sam all about it if you like. I don't give a f.
The next morning, Jerry tells Tasha to pack all her belongings right away. Jerry says that once they get their share of the robbery money, they'll run away together and leave everything behind. After that, Jerry meets up with Brendan. That night, they head to the target in 2 separate cars. Along the way, Sterlo tells Jerry that he and Brendan once pulled off a robbery far more dangerous than the one they're about to carry out. When they arrive, they use fake ID cards from a repair company to enter the mining site. After that, Jerry is sent through an air duct to the roof above the room, where the gold bars are produced. The rest of the team then takes their positions while waiting for morning.
Okay, I see it.
Oh, you're the one in the vent. It's your call.
All right, just hold tight.
At dawn, as the workers begin changing shifts, Brendan, Sterlo, and Josh enter the facility, kill a security guard, and disable the cameras and security system. At the same time, Jerry climbs out of the air duct and enters the production room. Jerry then holds all the workers hostage at gunpoint and opens the door from the inside so Brendan and the rest of the team can get in. Sterlo and Josh immediately point their guns at the workers to make sure no one presses the emergency button. Brendan and Jerry then order 2 workers to melt the gold and cast it into bars. Within 5 minutes, the 2 workers successfully produce 6 large gold bars. However, Josh suddenly shoots one of the workers because he thinks the man is trying to escape. Brendan is furious over Josh's reckless actions. Brendan immediately kills Josh, then orders Jerry to keep watching the remaining workers. The sound of the gunshots brings the police to the outside of the facility, so Brendan and the rest of the team quickly pack up the 6 gold bars. They then leave the building using the workers as human shields. Before the police have a chance to react, Brendan and Sterlo open fire on them first. At the perfect moment, Chris arrives in his modified Jeep, and the entire team quickly jumps into the vehicle. During the shootout, a police bullet hits Sterlo in the stomach. Even so, Chris manages to drive him out of the area. The police chase him in a heavily modified Jeep, but Chris's driving skills cause the police vehicle to lose control and crash, allowing him to escape. Sterlo's condition becomes critical because of the gunshot wound. Before he dies, Sterlo asks Jerry and Brendan to deliver his share of the gold to his daughter. Chris then hides a Jeep inside a truck owned by his auto company and safely drives Brendan and Jerry to Sam's place. Sam is furious with Brendan for killing Josh, then orders Brendan and Jerry to get rid of Sterlo's body along with the Jeep before coming back to see him. Meanwhile, Sam says he'll figure out how to divide the gold from the robbery. Following Sam's orders, Brendan and Jerry place Sterlo's body inside the Jeep, set it on fire, and push the burning vehicle into a ravine. Meanwhile, Tasha is packing her belongings while waiting for Jerry to leave the city. Suddenly, Ken, one of Sam's men, comes to Tasha's house and tries to kill her.
Put on the kettle.
However, Tasha manages to injure Ken and escape. After that, Tasha sends Jerry a message telling him that Sam has betrayed them. Jerry and Brendan then stop outside the apartment and see that Sam has given their address to the police. The place is now surrounded by officers waiting to arrest them, so Brendan and Jerry immediately flee. Brendan takes Jerry to the cemetery, digs into the ground next to a grave, and pulls out a stash of cash he had hidden there. After that, Brendan explains that they'll use the money to go to Melbourne because Sam will definitely be heading there to sell the gold. Jerry then sends Tasha a message with a train number and his seat number. After that, Jerry and Tasha meet on the train, and they arrive in Melbourne with Brendan. When they arrive in Melbourne, they see their faces on TV in the news coverage about the gold robbery. However, Sam and Josh are nowhere to be seen.
What is it?
Get us some takeaway, will you?
Hey, run off with that stupid cow! Fucking mercy!
Brendan tells Tasha to go buy some food. After Tasha leaves, Brendan warns Jerry that getting emotionally involved with Tasha isn't a smart decision because it could become a problem later. Brendan then gives Jerry some money and tells him to pay Tasha before sending her away because Brendan believes she's that kind of woman. Without them realizing it, Tasha overhears the entire conversation and leaves in a rage. Jerry immediately chases after Tasha and tries to convince her that he never thought the way Brendan did. However, Tasha ends their relationship and tells Jerry that once everything is over, Brendan will betray him too, because Brendan can't be trusted.
On the Central Coast after we've done the job.
What the hell do you think he keeps you around?
Mixed up orphan looking for a father.
Meanwhile, while Brendan is alone in his hotel room, a Melbourne gangster named Wayne walks in carrying a gun. Wayne tells Brendan that Sam has put a contract on his head. Calmly, Brendan explains that Sam has already betrayed them. Brendan then offers Wayne 5 times the value of the contract in exchange for helping him find the gold. Not long afterward, Brendan gets information from a reporter that Sam has arranged a meeting with Russian buyers and will be coming to Melbourne that day. Brendan and Jerry then head to the meeting place, where Ken is getting ready to complete the deal. Not long afterward, Wayne's pickup truck crashes into the location. Wayne and Brendan immediately open fire on Sam's men until Ken is killed in the shootout, while the Russian buyers flee. After that, Brendan and Wayne manage to capture one of Sam's men alive. However, when the man refuses to reveal the gold's location, Wayne's men strip him naked and lock him inside a freezer.
No, wait. No, wait.
Oh, please, don't hurt me. Oh, no, no.
No.
Shivering uncontrollably, the man finally reveals where the gold is hidden. A short time later, Brendan and Jerry recover the suitcases filled with gold bars and take them back to the hotel.
Get out of the country.
After changing clothes, Brendan and Jerry drive back to Sydney and head to Sam's office. As soon as they arrive, Brendan shoots and kills Sam, so he'll never be able to come after them again.
I wasn't expecting any honor amongst thieves here.
After getting rid of Sam, Brendan and Jerry move into a hotel. Brendan then hides the suitcases filled with gold under his bed. As time goes by, Brendan's attitude starts to change drastically. He constantly keeps an eye on Jerry, worried that Jerry will run off with the gold. Without Brendan knowing, Jerry secretly makes a duplicate of Brendan's hotel room key. After that, they buy a new boat to leave the country and start a new life. However, once they're on the boat, Brendan says goodbye and tells Jerry to get off with only one gold bar. Jerry, who had seen betrayal coming from the beginning, reveals that the suitcases no longer contain the gold because Tasha has all of it. Brendan doesn't believe him and immediately checks the suitcases. However, he finds that all the gold has been replaced with pieces of steel. As Brendan comes out and points his gun at Jerry, Tasha suddenly appears and warns him that if he hurts Jerry, she'll keep all the gold and report their location to the police. Brendan is completely confused and can't figure out how the gold disappeared. Jerry then explains that he and Tasha never really broke up. Tasha returned from Melbourne with Jerry, and Jerry secretly sent her the hotel room key. While Brendan and Jerry were away killing Sam, Tasha entered the hotel room, took all the gold, and replaced it with steel. Brendan is finally trapped by his own plan. Overcome with anger and humiliation, Brendan punches Jerry, knocking him into the ocean. But when Brendan realizes Jerry can't swim, he immediately pulls him back onto the boat. Jerry then explains that he never intended to take all the gold. Jerry says he learned a lot from Brendan and only wanted to split the gold fairly, half for Jerry and half for Brendan. Brendan then questions how Jerry could trust Tasha with that much gold. Jerry replies that he and Tasha love each other. Jerry also promises to send Brendan his half of the gold before reuniting with Tasha. The two of them are happy because their plan has succeeded. In the final scene, Brendan is at a laundromat when a woman recognizes his face from a newspaper. Not long afterward, the police surround the place and arrest Brendan. A few months later, Brendan is back in a maximum security prison. There, he receives a postcard from Jerry telling him that Brendan's half of the gold has been buried near a grave. Inside the postcard is also a photo of Tasha, who appears to be pregnant. Seeing the photo, Brendan smiles happily because Jerry didn't forget his promise. Brendan knows that if he's ever released from prison, millions of dollars worth of gold will be waiting for him. And that's where the story ends.